Whew. I'm back, guys. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's had a great hump day. I'm back home from working in Waynesboro on the house, and man, the red brick house is coming along really good. Got my inspection for the footings. For the water line going to the house. Got that buried in there. Another step closer. Got my attic ladder put in. Michael's getting closer to finishing on the electrical. When I go down next time, I'll be working on all the plumbing, rough ends and things. It was so cool to get that stuff going. I feel so good right now. So, we brought back Hankins. And I'm finally going to say I'm happy. I'm happy that the Cowboys have brought back all the people who were deemed very valuable. I'm still wondering what they're going to do about Carlos Watkins, if he's going to be coming back or not. But Hankins on a $1.5 million deal, that's great. It's great. We still have like $12 million worth of cap room to make some moves. We got the draft in less than a month away. And, you know, I'm sitting here looking and saying, okay, Cowboys got Stephon Gilmore. Cowboys got Ronald Jones. You know, they unfortunately had to let Zeke go. But we also got Brandon Cooks. Okay. I'm liking the moves that we're making this year versus last year. And you guys know me. You know, I've been a guy who's always wanted to see Calais Campbell with the star on his helmet. And he signed a one-year deal with Atlanta Falcons. Now, Calais is not the guy that he was when I originally wanted to be a Cowboy when he left the Arizona Cardinals. He is in the twilight of his career, but a really good player. He can still do some damage and is one of those wise veterans that know the moves and stuff. But we have to move on from that. One of the things that the Cowboys did during the season last year that still mystifies me, that I just don't understand, was putting, oh my God, the big man on wait. I don't even want to say his name because it hurts that bad. But here's the thing. I will say, because I played nose guard at JMU, okay? Dan Quinn played nose guard. That nose guard is not like any other position on the field. And the thing about the Cowboys is, before Dan Quinn, they didn't care about the one technique guy. The nose guard, the nose tackle, of course, as they call him now. Because they always looked at it like interior defensive linemen are like, meh, hey, you can play defensive end or tackle. No, you can, but that's being a tweener. And they say, oh, if you play defensive tackle, then you can play, nose tackle. That's the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. John Ridgeway, you watch, will be a great player. Now, the problem is, for nose tackles is they don't get the numbers. You see what I'm saying? They don't get the numbers. And you look at the stat sheets, you say, well, he's got 25 tackles and 3 sacks. And that's nothing. You have to understand the position. You have to understand your job is a thankless job. Your job is not to get the tackles. It is not to get the sacks. Your job is to be bruised and battered. Your job is to be an immovable force. Your job is to hold up the offensive linemen so the linebackers can get the glory. Your job is to make sure that the quarterback can't step up so the defensive ends can get those tackles. See, here's the problem for the Cowboys. We've always had great pass rushers on the outside. DeMarcus Ware, DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, of course, Micah Parsons now. We got DJ Armstrong, who got 8.5 sacks. We had Randy Gregory's. See, their job is get upfield and put pressure on the quarterback. Boom. And don't let anything get outside of you. The problem is if you have a soft underbelly, then the quarterback can step up and those guys get run past. That has been the problem we have had. We have not had guys since like Russell Maryland's and, oh God, why can't I think of his name? Ended up fumbling, messing up the kick in Miami in the snow. Anyway, you need big defensive linemen that clog up the middle. And see, again, I have a passion for it, just like Dan Quinn, because we were undersized guys that played that position. Well, the Cowboys are bringing in one of the prospects next week. I believe the Eagles are looking at him too. And that is, I want to say Jacqueline Roy from LSU. He's 6'3", 305 pounds. I'd like to have a little bit more weight on him myself personally. Because see, you need to be like a fire hydrant. If you've ever backed into a fire hydrant, you understand how that just tears your bumper up. You want to be that guy who can get low because you're going to, see, here's what happens with your nose guard. Most of the time you line up over the center. You might shade a little to the left, you might shade a little to the right, but you're pretty much right there. You're going to get hit in the hip by the guard over there. You're going to get hit by the guard right here. Sometimes you're going to get hit by the center and the guard at the same time. You're going to get hit if teams do use a fullback. You're going to get hit by the fullback. You're going to get sometimes trap blocked by the tackle. And even worse, the thing I hated more than anything else is the tight end in motion, and as soon as the ball snapped, he's doing a wham block. You don't even see it coming. It's just like, bam, and you get hit from so many different directions. And the worst part about being a nose guard, the football's right there. Right 6 inches in front of your nose, every single play, but you can't touch it. You don't get the glory. You just get battered and bruised. But if you have, and this is where I always say, the biggest bang for the buck. If you have a great nose tackle who clogs up the middle, he's going to occupy 2 guys. Then that means one guy out there, at least, has nobody on him. If that guy can get a push, D-Law, Micah Parsons, Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong, that quarterback is going to get happy feet. He's not going to be able to escape up the middle and run to pay dirt. If that guy occupies the guards, they're not getting up on that linebacker. That linebacker can be going downhill to meet the runner in the hole. So here's the thing about this guy. He's about the number 4 rated prospect. He's got great hands, something that Dan Quinn likes because he likes guys that have great hands. He ran a 5.13 at the combine, one of the fastest nose tackles in the draft. He is a guy who can play a lot of downs. He's got good lateral movement. He constantly is keeping his eyes peeled in the backfield. I want to say last year he had like 30 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, and I think 1.5 sacks. And I know the average person out there is going to say, that's nothing, it's numbers. Let me give you a story. I remember back at JMU in a JV game, I was lined up over the center, and I shot the gap, got upfield, and literally was in the quarterback's back pocket, and got the running back as he literally was getting the handoff. Because I was a lot lighter than, I was quicker. I did that jab step and boom, right there. Stopped him, 3rd down. And I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, I'm in a play. The coach, come here. I'm like, yo, what's up, coach? You congratulating me? What the hell are you doing? I was like, I was tackling a guy in the backfield. That's not your assignment. Well, okay, but I stopped him. We stopped him on 3rd down. I got the play. He's like, you can't showboat. Your job is to protect the linebackers. And the way you protect the linebackers is you take care of the man in front of you. You occupy that space. You're not supposed to be showboat. You're not supposed to be getting that glory. That's for the linebackers. What you did was expose your linebackers. I'm just like, okay, coach, but where's the love for me? I'm just getting battered and bruised. That's your job. That's your job. It's a special breed. So the fact that we're bringing in nose tackles for prospects, oh my goodness, that makes me happy. That makes me literally excited. Makes me hopeful on this defense, because if you, with Hankins, get a young stud like we had last year with John Ridgeway and screw the pooch and letting him go, take a look at John Ridgeway's numbers last year with the Commanders. He did some damage. Anyway, I'm hopeful. I'm back home. I got my Inventables is running right now in the shop and stuff. So that piece is going to be done in about an hour and a half. And as soon as it's done, I'm going to load up another one, and I'm going to go to bed about midnight. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies, definitely checking out the channel. The numbers are growing on my day job for the Red Brick House. The Red Brick House is getting closer. I now have Wi-Fi at the house, so I can actually upload in a matter of a couple of minutes as opposed to a couple of hours. And we'll do some live streams from there the next time I go down. So everything is looking up, looking brighter, and going good. So let me, as always, remind you, tell the people you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. And God willing, I'll see you in the morning.